Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a glam look. This is actually sort of an early holiday look. I bought the palette actually for semi-Halloween since it came out recently, but it's got a lot of great colors in there for holiday looks. So today is actually a work day for me and I'm doing a glam, but this is great for holiday parties as well with the Sultry palette. And actually that was like no pun intended, I was like sultry silver, haha. But yeah, so this is the palette that we're going to be using. It's from Anastasia Beverly Hills and it is the Sultry palette. So if you want to see how I came up with this, then stay tuned and let's get started. So the first thing that I start is to always push my hair back, and in my case I just use my glasses. I have been, because it's been a change of season here in Maryland, I haven't been putting a lot of moisturizer on my nose for that fact, because in the store I do wear my glasses and I don't want my foundation to get on my glasses. So with that said, just because of the humidity, changing humidity here in Maryland. So the first thing I'm going to use is the Kate Somerville, the Wrinkle Warrior, and I'm just going to do a little dab, and I'm going to put this on my cheeks, not so much on my nose, and on my forehead. And it's just a little bit, it's not all the way back and, you know, around. It's just around here. And then I'm going to put on the Clarins. This one is in the red bottle. It's a super restorative total eye concentrate. Whew. And that I am putting right here. And then I just put the excess like over top of my brows. This is the Rainforest of the Sea, their water foundation, and it's a really thin foundation, but you can get full coverage with it. My shade is medium neutral. This is exclusive to Sephora. And it's a little bit darker as well, like when I have a tan, as you can tell a little bit, but it still matches my neckline and everything right now. Always spread it on your hand, never on directly on your brush, and then brush a little bit on. And lightly across the nose. Now, as you can see, this color does not really look that dark on my face. It does on my hand, not on my face. And so whenever you're matching foundation, always swipe on your chin to match your neck, never on your hand. Your hands and arms always have more color on them, just from everyday elements and like riding in the car from the sun with short sleeves. So there we are. Alright. Now I am adding a little bit more to my hand, only because you can always add more. You can't take it away and put it back in the bottle. And I normally don't put foundation directly up to my eye. I kind of like pat it, but I don't douse it up to my eye because I always put eye cream. I always apply it twice. Don't ask me why, but I do. It just takes the excess wrinkle away by the time I get to work. So this is going to be a work look today. You see the difference on my hand to my face. Much darker on my hand. Doing my brows, I'm going to do Precisely My Brow Pencil in shade number 3. Now that's pretty much an outline until I get finished my eyes, and then I can put more definition into them when I get done. And you've all seen me do my brows before. I kind of like outlined that one, but I'm gonna do that one off camera, and poof, there we are, we've got brows. Now just clean up my brows just a tiny bit. I'm gonna take some of the Shape Tape and on an eyebrow brush, and that was way too much. And I'm just gonna lighten them underneath. Just the tiniest little bit. Foot and cover the whole top of my eye. Now what this does is it covers up all of the veins, etc., as well as puts a base down for my eyeshadow. So you're starting with a brighter palette. I don't always do this, but I'm going to do it this time and try. Every look is different. Okay, so you can see now that it's cleaned up underneath and it's brightened my eye. The shade that I used for that was Light in the Shape Tape. And I got the Sultry palette. Yes, I did. You know I did. So, even though it's October, we can still do some fall looks out of this. So this is it. It is kind of glittery, glittery smooth, not to where the glitter's gonna come off, but and I do like all of the Anastasia brushes that I have. I think the ones that come with the palette are really good. You can't do everything with this brush, but I do like the brushes. So I will start with this, and it has like a blending taper brush. So I'm gonna do this and start with, let's start with brush. Ooh, there's a little bit of fallout there, and that just makes it a little bit smoother from the concealer that we laid down first. All right, then I'm using the same brush. I'm gonna do a little bit darker. They do like the gray color, which is Twig. Now, it does have some fallout compared to some of her other palettes. Yeah. But again, dig gently and you'll be okay. It still blends really nicely on the lid. because I have a hooded eye, of course, I have a lower bottom part than I do the top since it lifts up. So I'm going to go a little bit higher. Alright, this is the Morphe E22. I'm going to go in with a darker color, this gray color, which is slate. Kind of like a bluish green. I mean a bluish gray. And I'm going to do the outside. You don't see very many gray colors, so I was really excited to see this. And then I'm going to mix that with some of the Noir, which is the black, to darken that up some. Anytime you have a dark color on your outer edge, and just keep blending, and it will eventually blend in with the rest of it. To where it gives you some dimension. Now instead of this gray slate, I'm going to do the Noir and the brown to warm it up some. And see how it's given this like little ridges going down? Don't worry about that yet because it will blend together. In a couple strokes, it really will. I mean, see just that little bit, and it did it. I'm trying to get it a little bit dark on the outside for a smoke color. Alright, so that is pretty good at the moment. Brush most of that off and go back in with some of this tan color, which is birch up here in the corner, and lightly touch at the top. Some of this, we'll see how it does with the brush. It looks like it picked up a good bit. And we're going to put it on the inner corner. It's a very soft to the touch. It's like a gray silver. And it does much better with your finger once you warm up shadow. See the difference there from the brush to this, to using your finger? Alright, I'm going to take this slate and I'm going to go under my eye. That same brush and take some of Jacobs, and this is the Blacquer eyeliner. And I'm just gonna run this along my top waterline, ever so slightly. And because that bottom doesn't look very dark, I'm going to take my smudger again, and I'm going to mix it, the black, actually the slate, with this brown. Okay, then I'm going to take the original brush, the Anastasia brush that I started with, and just blend the top of everything to make it come together. So that there's no harsh lines. Rich Amber, Anastasia, for bronzer today. Because I'm on the cool side today, I'm going to use my Diamond Dust by Laura Geller. This is her holographic highlighter. And first off, I'm going to take this Bare Minerals finishing brush. What's it say? Beautiful Finish is the name of it. I'm just going to brush up with my bronzer. And then I'm going to take this and do the top of my cheekbone. And that's just kind of buffing them together. As well as the inner corner, and I'm going to use my Tarte brush, which is, I believe, an eyeliner. I don't know, it's a really old brush, but it's a really tiny, and I'm just going to dab right here in the middle. Becca. This is her hydrating setting powder. And I'm going to take this brush is a Morphe M38, I believe. And I'm just going to dust it right in there. And just swipe the underneath. And you would be surprised how much just that little bit right there underneath of the bronzer will puff out your cheekbone even more and give it that definition. Going back to my brows again, I'm just going to clean them up now that I've got them all together. because I accidentally swiped my brow by accident. Alright, I found some brow gel, so this is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one's in clear. And this is kind of if you have some, you know, wiry eyebrows. I really do not, so I should actually be using the Gimme Brow by, or at least one with color. Okay, so that's that. Alright, so before I do anything else, I'm going to use the All Nighter, which is the setting spray. Maybe I'll use my Maybelline tonight. This one is on the blue side, so it is a cooler red for sure. The doe foot on it, this is the Maybelline Matte Ink, the Super Stay. And I try to get almost as much as I can off of the doe foot. I'm going to put on some mascara. This is going to be the Marc Jacobs, the Noir, which is for my bottom lashes because I don't want a lot of definition down there. Same with the top. I do that for the top as well. This is the Marc Jacobs Feather Noir. And what that kind of does is lift up from the root because the wand is so small, and then it separates. It doesn't give a lot of blackness, but it does separate and push them up, and then you can go in with another mascara and get a better black coverage. So this one, just because I have it right here, I'm going to use the Smashbox, the full exposure. Wax Blast 10 from Redken. So this is my final look for today. And again, this was using the Sultry palette. This is more kind of an evening glam rather than a fall glam, but I like the silver colors that are in here, the grays. We don't have a lot of palettes that have grays, so I was excited about that. Next go around, I'm going to be using some of the brighter colors as well, but I really wanted to use these two colors, which is the Cyborg and the Slate. I used the brown, which is I used the brown, which was Birch. I used the Noir, and I used the brown, which was Dystopian, along with Twig. So yeah, I really like those colors. I am going to swatch a couple for you on the back of my hand since I am finished, and so that you can just see the rest of the colors. The Fresh is a cream matte, so that one I'm not going to do. This one here is Pearl, so I'm going to do that one. Pearl. The matte ones I'm not going to do. This one is Steampunk, which is this golden right here, and I'm going to put that right next to it. That is really pretty. This one is like a pearlescent, not so much a pearl, but it's like a fluorescent. Let's try the Rose Quartz. That is really pretty too. That one is more like a coppery, not so much on the pinky side. Ember, which is the next one here, right next to Rose Quartz, and is a goldish color. Now that one is a darker gold, almost like a bronze compared to this one, but it does have some red fleck in it, which is kind of cool. Let me get, and let's see, the Bloom, which is really gorgeous. This one, let's put it right here. And that one is a really dusty rose, which is really pretty. I'll be using that one next time. That's a good one actually for Halloween too. Ginger. Let's do this one over here. That one is a lighter gold. Twig, teak. Let's do teak, and this will be our last one because I've used the rest of them. Teak we'll put here at the bottom. And that one is a really pretty one too. Let me get a better swatch of that. There we go. So you've got some variations in the bronzy colors, but this one I just love too. So there you have it. There is the palette. So I wanted to show you a little bit more in the light, the outside light. It's actually early evening, so this is, it's not the golden hour yet, but at least you can see it more in natural light. and I just wanted to show you a little bit of the highlight, if you can see it. Here we go. That's a little bit better. So it's like, come on, light, you're messing me up. It's a little bit, you can see it when I move my head. So I wanted to do a quick touch base. I am leaving the store and my makeup still looks really good. Actually, I was sweating quite a bit tonight. I should not have worn a sweater. It's not winter yet, but I just can't wait. So hence me being really hot tonight. I did just finish cleaning. I'm sweating, but my nose is actually, my foundation is still on my nose, and my cheeks are actually just a little red, only because I'm really hot right now. And I actually just did my inhaler as well, so that's why it's a little bit red right there for my nasal passages. But TMI, I know, but everything else, my makeup is still really good. And like I said, I was sweating for the past hour probably, so not bad. I even ate with my lipstick. I never reapplied, and so that's a plus too. That lipstick is also listed below, so check that one out. And take into consideration you people that wear glasses and stuff during the day, as far as don't put a lot of moisturizer or primer on top of your nose. Just apply your foundation, and if you need more coverage, then put more coverage on. But yeah, it actually stays a lot better, so try that simple trick. And all right, so that's the completion of my touch base for tonight. Thank you. So that is the end of my touch base, and I am sticking to it. I still like it, and I still like the Sultry too. Thanks again so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Make sure you like and comment on this video. Again, when I get to 100, we've got lots of goodies to give away, so make sure you subscribe. Check out my Instagram at UpTown Glam Girl, where I will also post the giveaway. So stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you then. Thanks again so much, and as always, God bless. And that is a wrap.